Shit.
Hey, officer, what is she going to do with her kids? Can you just answer her? We got this, okay? It's not our first time arresting people who have kids on scene. We got this. Thank you for your concern, though. We got this. Thank you for your concern.
I have 3 minor children. Please record it.
We got somebody come take.
Shalom Akim. First off, all praise goes to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Hakwadash, double honor to the apostle and Elders Great Millstone. Citations to the brothers out there pushing this word in all sincerity and honesty. The whole full elect, my brother Kara Allah. This is a real quick lesson. I got this out the chat, and the Spirit's on me to do a lesson on it. It's from TMZ. It says, Trumpers rage upon realizing they're on no-flight list post-Capitol. Right, because they raided the Capitol, and they thought it was going to be all sweet, and everything was going to be everything. Like nothing happened until they found out they couldn't get on that flight. All right? Why? Because basically the government cracked down on them. All right? Via the way the police force, they, use the technology to hunt them down and stop them from going back to their original state or wherever they came from. Okay? Trumpers rage upon realizing they're on a no-flight list post-Capitol, right? Because now you're going to face harsh punishment. All right? And this is mainly Edomites, okay? And maybe it might have been a setup, might have been but some people, didn't know. All right? So now their life is just going to be ruined, But unless they could, pull that white card, but you can't really pull that nowadays. That card is really expired nowadays for a lot of these Edomites. All right. So real quick, I have our scriptures lined up. Is Exodus 23. This is Exodus 23, verse 2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after money to wrest judgment. All right? But mainly says, thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil. Okay, now, follow a multitude to do evil goes in to a lot of things. Like, people selling out, and you want to, sell out also for wealth or, for whatever benefits. It says, thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil. All right? And also literally goes into, if you see somebody doing something like, vandalizing property or running up in somebody's house, trespassing, hey, that's evil, man. All right? And that ain't really your place to do. Okay? Now, you might have had a Jake here or there that crept in unaware, but really there was no Jakes there. All right? And this also could backtrack into the whole Black Lives Movement scenario, and things like that. It says, thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in the case to decline after many to wrest judgment. And that's something else that's going into basically, you stopping judgment. You speaking to stop judgment, So if this judgment has to come down, it has to come down swiftly. All right? Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil. Isaiah 41:14. Right. So I brought this Isaiah 41:14. I was bringing this out because Israel, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, we have to wait on the Lord. All right? We can't, if Esau can't do it and get away with it, why you have some Israelites thinking they could pick up arms and they could start a rebellion by way of guns against Esau. All right, that's totally madness, and this proves it. All right, they try and board a flight, and they can't even get on the flight. All right, the whole state was put under martial law, under shutdown. All right, and they didn't even use guns. It might have been a setup. At the same time, this man is still showing his power. This is why Isaiah 41:14 says, "Fear not, thou worm Jacob, thou worm Jacob." The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who are the Israelites, thou worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel. Right, we worms. Why? Because we're defenseless. All right. I will help thee, saith the Lord, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. Right, so we have to wait upon the Lord. All right, this is not something we could do ourselves. We have no power. All right, all this talk about guns and starting some type of rebellion, some type of Black Panther type movement. It's not gonna end well for a lot of you Jakes when you put the death behind such movements. All right. Behold, I make thee a new sharp threshing instrument having teeth. Thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small, and shall make the hills as shafts. So yeah, basically when the Lord come back, he's going to give us that spiritual powers to take down this man, take down these governments. All right. One more script, and I'm ended there. Proverbs 6:20. My son, keep thy father's commandments, forsake not the law of thy mother. Who are spiritual parents in this truth? Our elders, our teachers. Okay, starting mainly with the apostles and elders of GMS. My son, keep thy father's commandments, and forsake not the law of thy mother. And they taught us the commandments of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. All right, the laws of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. And that's basically how it's been going down, from the word been being passed down from generation to generation. And that word, the elect is going to keep that word. It says, bind them continually upon thine heart or thy mind, and tie them about thy neck. When thou goest, it shall lead thee. When thou sleepest, it shall keep thee. And when thou awakest, it shall talk with thee. All right. So this word is basically keeping, starting with the elect of Israel. All right, keeping us, stables. All right, keeping us stables, so we don't, go off. It says, for the commandment is a lamp, and the law is a light, and reproof of instruction are the way of life. Right, man, because our apostle and our elders told us, according to these scriptures, we shouldn't even be trying to go out marching, protesting. All right, it's going to lead to death. All right, which a lot of people die in those protests, or they come out scarred and bruised up, losing limbs. Okay, losing an eye, losing an ear, going deaf, and things like that. And the scriptures also say, the powers that be are ordained of the Most High. All right. It says, Proverbs 6:23, for the commandment is a lamp, and the law is a light, and reproofs of instructions are the way of life, to keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. And that strange woman is other philosophies, other beliefs. And with that, I want to say all praise go see Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah, Hashem Kakwadash, double on the apostles, Elsgrid Millstone, citation, Ackman, Christian word, and also honesty. Shalom.